has apparently been started. The game room has been launched. Let's switch over into the game and let's welcome you all to game number 3 in the best of 5 series between Chirpas and Goodstah. We are sitting pretty in Group 3 in the second round of Division B. Oh crap! In Division B of the Australian Open. Now, of course, this is the home map of Chirpas, and by the looks of it, he's chosen a water map, and indeed he has chosen, is it islands or team islands? I think it's just islands. It is islands. He has chosen islands. Now, the civilizations is something that Flightless has brought up pretty much instantaneously, and that'll be interesting to talk about as the game progresses. But first of all, let's introduce the players. Let's have a look at the civs, let's have a look at the maps, and let's see what there is to talk about. So down to the south of the map, playing in the blue, we have Goodstah. Unfortunately, the gentleman from Australia trailing, or losing at the moment, 2-0, and he has chosen the Koreans as his civilization of choice. Of course, the map was decided before the map was known to both players, and the civilizations were hidden from each other. So it's quite an interesting pick as the Koreans. Now Chirpas playing in the red up to the north of the map, of course, going ahead and choosing the Teutons. It's going to be quite interesting to see as well. From what I can say, from what I can remember, I don't think the Teutons get any sort of water bonus. Do they even get Bracer? I have no idea if they get Bracer. I really don't know if they get Bracer. I don't know if they get galleons. I really don't know much about their water, to be honest, because it's not a civ that we normally see on water maps. Of course, if someone could someone could suss that out in their chat for me, that would be fantastic. But let's have a look at their maps, and let's see what we could maybe have we chat about what we could be expecting. So the Teuton player Chirpas, a main gold sitting towards the back of his base. That's definitely going to be harassable in the later game from any, for example, turtle ships coming in from the Korean player Goodstah. Could be quite interesting. I honestly cannot think of any reason to choose Teutons. I can't either. Maybe he wants to land and go for like knights or something. I genuinely have I know. Suss what out. What the water for the Teutons are like. Do they get galleons? Do they get war? Do they get bracer and all that kind of stuff as well? Land into Monk Rush, dude. I have absolutely no friggin' clue what's going to happen here. But anyway, we have another gold out to the front of Chirpas' base. That's going to be pretty safe to take. Stone well out on the front, quite close to the shoreline. Not going to be safe for him to take if he loses water. No bracer. Excellent. Thank you. This stone here he can take though, so he'll be nice and safe in that respect anyway. He does have quite a fat island as well. It's quite, it's not compact. It's quite spread out. It's quite circular, which is nice for him because it does obviously offer offer less of a chance to be able to be harassed, any of his resources to be harassed from the waterline. They do lack bracer. Okay, I thought they might. They're an infantry civ after all. Now, what else do we have? Well, down to the south of the map, Chirpas' map. Sorry, Goodstah's map. He has a main gold here, and that's going to be pretty safe as far as I can tell, since we have now established that Teutons do not get that Teutons do not get bracer, so it should be quite all right for him. Wood, well, we don't really have to talk too much about wood, although he has chosen a wood that's definitely going to be harassable from the shoreline and the castle edge, for example. A main gold out to the left as well as a stone. Gold, harassable, stone, probably not, and more stone out here to the right as well. Now, my spectator overlay was saying that someone was building a dock, and I can't see where it is. There we go. Well, we can see that Chirp has thrown up a dock towards the back of his base, and in this, okay. In the Australian Open, particularly in Division B, I've noticed, the water maps, the dock positions have been absolutely shite. I mean, this is just exemplifying my my point, really. There are no deep-sea fish. There's one here, and that is a friggin' mile away. There is pretty much no deep-sea fish around here. And I don't understand why Chirp has gone ahead and chucked his dock down here. Since his scouting, he knows that he's close to the edge of the map, which means there is very little possibility that he's going to be getting any deep sea fish here. Of course, maybe he didn't want to have villager idle time moving toward the corner, where he would have been better to place it, or even on the front, because let's be honest, that is quite a way for his villager to walk. But of course, putting his dock right up against the edge of the map, essentially, I never really understand why the players go ahead and do that. Look how far he's having to send his fishing ship to try and find just anything. Anyway, enough of that. I mean, I can't really berate these guys. I'm not that great. Anyway, so Goodstah, his dock, much better position. he has found a really, really nice dock placement. He's got access to a lot of deep sea fish, and the longer he keeps these fish alive, the longer he is going to be in a good spot, especially since we've seen that he can't quite keep his town centre going as well as his opponent, and he does often suffer a villager deficit. Like right now, for example, 21 villagers to 20. Is that because of loom having been researched for these guys? Well, no, they both have loom. A little bit unfortunate in terms of that for Goodstah then, as he is a villager behind. Now, of course, this is a water map. You can tell because there's water. So that begs the question. I mean, Koreans, sure, Koreans are a tower and naval civilization, if I am not mistaken. So of course they do get, they get the turtle ships, their unique unit, which is going to be super strong, and hopefully we get to see that as well. But the Teutons? I mean, you might have seen in the chat that people were speculating or trying to ponder why the hell Chirp has gone for the Teutons here, and I genuinely have no idea. Someone was saying not fast imp, land and monk rush. I mean, yeah, it could be. The only thing is that I feel like Chirp is not really wanting to go for water, but as I say that, he's throwing up a second dock. Is that because he realizes his first one is crap, and he just wants to get some decent fish? Or is that because he wants to transport? Or is this because he wants to go for the water? I have genuinely no idea. All I know is that his scouting is friggin' impeccable at the moment. Maybe that's why he got the dock up at the back. Maybe that's why he got the dock up at the back, because he wants to go ahead and he wants to scout the crap out of his opponent and his opponent's water. And at least now if he does decide to grush, he knows exactly where to send his first galleys. Now as I say that, both of these guys up to the feudal age here, 23, 24 villages for Chirp. 22 villages for his opponent, and we will actually bring up the fishing ship displayed in the wee spectator over thing here as well. Gold Rush water map confirmed. Exactly, Gold Rush was a water map. I don't know. I think Pyro mentioned it. I don't know why they didn't grush, but anyway, Goodstah up to the feudal age. Chirpas up to the feudal age, and let's see if either of these guys are going to go for a grush. Well, cycling through, no, we're seeing a transport, so that's more or less told us what we need to know. He's going to... well, he's octagonal when we need him. Chirp is going... Here we go. How we didn't gather this, I don't know, but Chirp is going to go for another funky, he's going to go for another fancy, he's going to go for another completely non-meta play, he is going to go for transport, he's going to go for a landing, and he's going to trust the crap out of his opponent. What is Chirpus doing, Goodstah rather? Well, he's throwing up another dock outside, or rather on the front of his base. He's putting up another dock, he's getting galleys out, he's playing to the meta. Unfortunately, he doesn't have enough water control to stop this landing coming over now. And of course, Chirp has just got fantastic scouting on his opponent's base. He knows exactly where he needs to be going. He knows that it's not this funky island in the middle. Of course, he hasn't actually scouted that. And he knows exactly where he needs to be heading with a scout buzzing around now as well. He's going to get the intel on the land aspect of his opponent's island, not just the shoreline. He's going to know exactly where to trush, and the best place here, this would be a fantastic place to trush. For example, it will zone Goodstah off wood, it will zone Goodstah off stone. And of course, moving around here, again, this would be a fantastic place to trush because it would start to zone, Goodstah off wood, it would start to zone Goodstah off stone as well. But here we go, the tower's start is his home map. This is indeed Chirpus' home map, so maybe he clearly had the plan the whole time. Is he going to get spotted out? Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap! Oh my god, oh, he can see it! He can see the villagers! He can see the blacksmith. Oh, the blacksmith's coming up. He can see the villagers. Is he going to pay attention to this? Or not? Well, he's going to bloody well know now. This blacksmith is either going to be delayed or completely and utterly denied. It looks like for the time being, denied is the name of the game. Is Goodstah going to move out to stone straight away? Of course, he's... Oh, this is danger. This is danger because Goodstah is the Koreans. Remember, Goodstah is the Koreans, and of course trushing against the Koreans is going to be a very, very interesting strategy. Of course, the Koreans managing to mine stone that little bit quicker, and obviously get those free upgrades once he gets into the Castle Age as well. And we can see that Goodstah's galleys for the time being pretty much rendered useless in the face of this trush, and it's just going to descend into land, and whoever wins this trush battle is going to be in a really good spot. Now I feel like if Goodstah wins the trush battle, Chirp is just going to retreat and try and reboom his way back into it or retake the water, whereas if the trush goes the way of Chirp here, then Goodstah is probably, well, will definitely be in a position to GG. Of course, the Teutons early on in the Feudal Age and Dark Age, feudal age rather, the Teutons Teutons are going to have the advantage in the Trush, just because they can fit extra villagers into the towers. Whereas the Koreans, I mean, you know, they can get extra stone, they can get stone extra quickly. We can see a stable now being thrown up for Goodstah as well, looking to get out those all-important Korean scout cavalry, really super strong, but at least it will provide some sort of an army defense here against the towers. I would have preferred to see an archery range with skirms, but you know, it is what it is. And if Goodstah feels like he needs scouts to defend against this, who am I to to say anything against it? Of course, for the time being, oh, there it is. Okay, we can see a villager moving around now as well, and bringing up another tower further down to the south, and that's going to zone out this gold, especially since the Teuton player Chirpas here has researched fletching. Now, no stone has been, there we go, now a stone miner starts to go out for Goodstah, recognizing that, hey, I probably need to start thinking about getting some more stone up in case this trush continues, and of course 2 towers are already up, so it's very likely so it's very likely that the trush is going to continue. Although, in saying that, where are all the villagers? Well, there's 2 villagers here from Chirp. One's been picked off, another one is having to retreat away as this tower here gets denied for the time being. This tower here from Chirp, from Goodstah looks like it might be going down, and Flightless in the chat saying, I don't understand what's going on. I was not anticipating this at all. But there's going to be a villager here from Goodstah having gone down 41 villages to 27. So Chirp again managing to keep his economy going really well, utilizing those cheap Teutonic farms, whereas we can only see a handful of farms and a few fishing ships out for Goodstah. So Goodstah, I mean, he's got water control. I mean, water is pretty much gone. Is pretty much in the back of both of these guys' minds, not really on the forefront. So Goodstah can probably go ahead and maybe grab out some more fishing ships if he had the presence of mind to do so, secure in the knowledge that, you know, his opponent is not going to go ahead and be looking to take water back off of him. But anyway, this watchtower down here to the south of Goodstah's base is about to come up. Scale barding armor coming in for +1 defense on these on these scouts that are hopefully going to be coming out from Goodstah, and Pyro wanting an admin win to Goodstah to see more games from these 2 players. Well, it is quite interesting. It's quite exciting. Goodstah can actually click up to the Castle Age now, and indeed there he goes up to the Castle Age. So we're going to see knights coming out from him. It looks like Pyro might actually get his wish, as these knights that are going to be coming out should at least be able to pick off these villages. And of course, once the Castle Age upgrade comes in, then he'll be able to get some siege work. He'll be able to get a siege workshop or 2 up and really start clearing out. Well, so to be fair, 3 towers not too bad, but of course there is one cheeky villager moving around a bit further to the left-hand side, or the southwestern side of Goodstah's base, and she will be looking to throw up another tower on Goodstah's economy. Now, of course, Goodstah with the Korean line of sight on his villages can obviously see the trushes and such coming in from further away. And I heard another villager go down, but I'm not entirely sure where that one just happened. Obviously, noob streamer can't spot everything. But another watchtower comes up. Comes up for Chirpas out here toward the right-hand side of the economy of Goodstah, who has thrown up a defensive watchtower to hopefully stall the progress of Chirpas here. And of course, Fletching and Castle Age now coming in for Goodstah as well. And once the Castle Age comes in, it's going to be fantastic. Because it's going to be fantastic for the Korean player Goodstah, because he's going to get guard tower for free. He's going to get that little bit of extra firepower, and he's also going to have knights, and he's also going to have the possibility to chuck up siege workshops as soon as he gets there as well. So there we go. We can see the upgrade coming in for free now. 1 guard tower. Is it going to be enough to push back everything that his opponent is throwing at him? Well, maybe with the help of 3 knights and a siege workshop, it will be. Now, is Goodstah actually going to throw up a siege workshop, or is he going to make me say siege workshop, siege workshop, siege workshop over and over again until he finally puts one up? Well, defensive guard tower now coming up here as well for Goodstah out here on the southwestern side, and it's going to stop the progression of any trushes coming in here as well. But of course, Chirpas doing the right thing. He's walling his villager in here such that he can start taking down this watchtower, or this guard tower, completely free of or completely safe No melee units are going to be able to do anything there, and Goodstah deciding, hey, I'm going to go up, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chuck up an extra town centre, and I'm going to see if I can start booming a wee bit more, because of course 47 villages to 28 is not looking too nice in terms of the economy for Goodstah at the time being. Chirpas into the castle age now as well. He still has one villager forward mining gold. He's got an idle villager here. Okay, what's Chirpas going to do? Well, of course he can go ahead and grab knights out as well if he builds a stable out on the front here. Instead, he's going for a town centre because why the hell not? Looks like he may as well boom in harmony alongside his opponent on Goodstah's island. But of course, if the Teutonic player does decide to go ahead and grab knights, he's going to be in a better spot to take knights against the Korean player, owing to the fact Koreans do not get bloodlines. And here we go, this town centre is going to be super strong. There is still a hole here though. Chirpas needs to patch this bad boy up. Is this villager going to do it, or are the knights going to get in? There's still a couple of holes. Can we see the quick wall? No, we can't. The quick wall did not come up in time. Or the quick wall could come up in time here. No, that quick wall's not coming up in time either. So it looks like both of these villagers are going to go down. But Chirpas quick thinking, managing to grab himself skin of his teeth. Oh man, just a kitten's whisker away from getting picked off there. Chain barding armor now coming in for Goodstah as well. But like I said, +2 on these knights about to come in. These towers here from Chirp are going to be going down quick, smart, and just like that, maybe the momentum has switched. Maybe the momentum has changed into Goodstah's favor here as this forward aggression are starting to get taken down. Oh my god, okay, these knights are actually getting picked off, I guess, with Bodkin arrow, these Teutonic towers, Teutonic guard towers, oh my god, these Teutonic guard towers are actually going to start doing a hell of a lot of damage to these knights, and it looks like I've spoken too early. Masonry coming in now as well, and Chirp bringing over more villagers to help out the fight on his opponent's island. Has he thrown up town centres back at home? Yes, he has, so at least he has a contingency plan when it comes to economy back at home. Of course, he is going to be sinking quite a lot of his resources into this forward aggression as well, I don't doubt. There's not too much point going ahead and chucking down all this aggression just to sit back and boom at home. Siege Workshop and an extra stable coming up as well for Goodstah back inside of his economy, and he's keeping his town centres going really, really well because he's pulling back the villager lead 53 to 42 as opposed to the 20 villager deficit that it was before. Now Chirp is moving around with his villagers here. What's he going to be building with them? Is it going to be another siege? Is it going to be a siege workshop? Is it going to be a monastery? Is it going to be anything that he could just, what's it going to be? Hurry up, Chirp, let us know as soon as you can. So 3 TCs up for our Teutonic player Chirpas, and of course he is going to be able to start pulling ahead this villager lead of 12 that he currently holds over his opponent. And the siege workshop up here as well for Goodstah. Is he creating anything out of it? Well, he's creating a couple of rams, which is nice to see, but it's going to say a defensive siege workshop, but it's more of a forward siege workshop at this point really for Chirpas coming up as well. And of course, a couple of mangonels, a couple of rams out, could really start putting the pressure on his opponent's economy. Of course, they can just retreat. Of course, the rams, the mangonels, and such can just retreat back into the protective, the waiting arms of these 4 guard towers here, as we've seen that the Korean knights really can't stand up to too much arrow fire when 4 guard towers with Bodkin arrow firing upon them. Nice villager pick there as well from Chirpas, who's selling, buying. Is he looking to get himself up to the Imperial Age? Yes, he is. So he's playing super, super strong. Of course, he does have somewhat of a stronger economy than his opponent. Wheelbarrow now coming in as well, and Chirp up to the Imperial Age, which means chemistry could come in straight away as soon as the Imperial Age upgrade comes in. A couple of bombard cannons coming out of this wee forward siege workshop, and he's going to be in a really, really nice spot to start whittling away and taking down all that Goodstah holds near and dear and true to his heart. Again, we can see these knights not really being able to stand up to too much arrow fire from these guard towers, and that's something that I never really would have expected. I guess Bloodlines genuinely does make quite a bit of difference. One knight going down there as well for Goodstah, as Chirp manages to just pay attention fantastically well, and garrisons villages up inside of this guard tower at the south of his base. Now War Galley, oh, that's for Chirp. War Galley coming in for Chirpas now as well. Is he looking to get a little bit of harassment done from the shoreline, for example, here would be super, super strong to get harassment done on these wood cutting villages. Now Chirp throwing up a castle. Is it a defensive castle or is it an offensive one this time? Let's have a look. It's an offensive castle, and of course this is going to be really nice as well. It's going to even further protrude his way into his opponent's economy. It's Goodstah getting out a couple of knights, getting out a couple of rams, and managing to A, be quick walled out of these additional guard towers here from his opponent, but B, taking down one of the guard towers from Chirpas here. as Chirpas is, yeah, he's still not really making too much progress, too much headway into Goodstah's base. But of course, with the Imperial Age upgrade and scaled barding armor coming in to boot, it looks like stables could be coming up. On the island of Goodstah here, and it looks like he might be looking to go down the Cavalier and Paladin route as well. Fortified wall nonetheless coming in for Chirp. Is he going to get the wall off in this little part here? The ramp still are not sitting on this tile, so he can get the wall off if he really wants to, but Goodstah recognizing the situation, calling GG in this third game in the best of 5 series between Chirpas, man, and Goodstah. So well played to Chirp, taking this, like I said, taking the series 3-0. Unfortunately for Goodstah, he does he does fall a little bit short of being able to take any games off Chirpas. And well played to both players